Greetings everyone. Joe Davis here from Southern New Hampshire University. CJ 104 Ethical Leadership, and today we're going to talk about Module 1 or Week 1 Discussion Board 1-1. The first thing we want to look at is the Undergraduate Discussion Rubric. Now you can find this in course information or you can find it in the weekly module assignments. Okay, here is the Undergraduate Discussion Rubric. As you can see, your students are required to post one initial post and then to follow up with at least two response posts to other people, other classmates that have posted. So if you look over here in your initial post, compose a post, of one or two paragraphs is what I was stuttering to say, and it must be posted modules 1 through 7 by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. The module 8 completed by Saturday night, so it's a little bit earlier. And be aware too, you need to look, because if it's during Christmas holidays or some other holiday, there may be extensions or contractions of this time. Here's what I'm going to be looking for, because this is literally what I'll grade you by. Comprehension. And rather than looking at needs improvement, let's go to proficient. Okay, and proficient is what gets you roughly a low B. Develops an initial post with a point of view or idea using adequate organization and detail. Only adequate. If you want to get 100%, 90% or more, develops an initial post with an organized, clear point of view and idea using rich and significant detail. So one basically is you're just going to list some stuff. The other is you're going to talk about some stuff. Now in the welcome video for CJ 104, I did talk about the penalty for timeliness, and so if you look here, you have to post on time to get the equivalent of maximum points, 10. If you're 1 day late, you only get 5.5, and if you're 2 or more days late, you lose all of those points. Now these points over here are a little bit misleading. Let me scroll down just a little bit, because these total 100%. The discussion boards are worth 30 points. This is the university document, and so I've done the math on all of them. So 40% of 30 points is 12 points, and this is worth 3 points, and this is worth 9 points, and this is worth 6 points. So you can figure it out. All right, engagement, same thing, provides relevant response posts with some explanation and detail. So when you write, gee, great post, Joe, I agree with you. You brought up some really interesting points. Is any of that relevant? Or is any of that an explanation? Or is any of that a detail? The answer, truthfully, is no. You've just said, hey, you did a great job on it, and you brought up some great points. The key becomes, what are the points, the explanation, and the details? So that gives you some idea. If you look at needs improvement, provides somewhat relevant response with some explanation and detail. If we look over here at exemplary, provides relevant and meaningful response posts with clarifying explanations and details. Okay, and I'm hesitating so you can think about that for a moment. The example might be that if you found somebody's wallet or their camera or their glove on the street and you made some effort to return it, you looked for the address, you called the police, you put the glove up on a fence so somebody could find it, those kinds of things. Okay, that might be more of an explanation than just saying, oh, somebody who found a glove would try to return it. Okay, that's some explanation. And then writing mechanics. Everything you submit to the university, everything you submit to me is subject to articulation or writing mechanics. Okay, so if you write posts that are easily understood using proper citation methods where applicable, with few errors in citations. That means you're writing in full and complete sentences. They are well organized. You have a topic sentence for every paragraph. The first sentence is generally your key or topic sentence. The remaining sentences in that paragraph, generally speaking, will develop that one thought, that one concept. Okay, so then if you move over here to exemplary, Writes posts that are easily understood, clear and concise, using proper citation where applicable, with no errors in the citations. Okay. Come back over here and we look at a not evident, and it says what writes posts that others are not able to understand and does not use proper citations. Okay, so you have to have sources in this. They have to be scholarly sources, and you need to properly cite them. All right, so I think we've gotten through the rubric. Please pay attention to the rubric. Okay, let's actually look at the question in this case for discussion 1-1. The first thing I would suggest to do is read the sentence, the question or the prompt as it's called, maybe 2 or 3 or even 4 times to make sure you really understand what it's asking, and that goes beyond what it says. Then I would even suggest, if you're wanting to do the best you can or improve on maybe where you haven't done as well as you hope, break the question, the prompt down. So the first part of this is, why do we need ethics and morals when we have laws? There's material in the text about it. There's material in the resource material that's provided. I would encourage you not to Google these topics. You might try Google Scholar, but to merely Google will take you to blogs and things that really aren't scholarly sources. So you tell your classmates as if you were sitting in class why we need ethics and morals when we have laws. The second part is we refer to criminal justice professionals as ethical. Does that mean that the individual is also law-abiding in practicing good policing? So you need to define what's ethical. You need to define what's meant by law-abiding. You need to define what's good policing. Okay? Does it mean letting people go? Does it mean if you arrest somebody for stealing a loaf of bread because their children are hungry? I don't know. You have to use your critical thinking skills and come up with that. Okay, so then the third part of it is consider the risk factors and protective factors cited in the jammed up video and book review. Okay, this should be a big hint for you. You have to read the material that's provided in the module resources and references and watch the videotape, because the expert, the Arizona State professor, Dr. White, lists causes or risk factors, okay, for criminal justice, and he lists at least 3 of them, and could be another 3 or 4 more depending how you want to interpret them. And then when we look at protective factors, he lists 3 of those also. You should be incorporating that into your post. All right. And then why do you think some factors are associated with decreased unethical behaviors and others are associated with increased unethical behavior? This is where you have to use your critical thinking skills. You think about everything you've read, thought about the video that you've watched, you think about what you've written, then you analyze it. And that's the difference between getting an A and a B and a C, is how well you think through this question. And I'm encouraging you, because it's good exercise for all the rest of your classes, for your employment wherever you are, and certainly to succeed in this class. I hope that helps you with discussion board 1. In the announcement, I've also attached the discussion board rubric. Keep the cards and letters coming. Let me know what I can do to help you. Email me. Use the general questions in discussion board so everyone can see, because everyone probably has the same question. If need be, we can talk on the phone.